stick my picture up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
Looks
just
better than any of us.
Just put my
we might have
face
to
over
change it
Miguel's.
opening, but
It was
we only
Photoshop.
got a couple more weeks. We don't go. We go.
Yeah,
we end
what
it
are you
end
gonna
of May.
end it?
End of May.
Okay, I didn't know if you were gonna do that or not.
Yeah, because we have to take the summer off. Gives the guys a break, and
Whatever you
we
want
always
to do.
take the summer off.
That's fine.
Well, hello. We're here.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
Hi.
And well, first of all, are there any changes? Anything new going on? I mean, I've been so secluded that I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Well, in what way? I mean, we know there's going to be a reopening. It's going to be in 4 phases. We don't know what it's going to be or how it's going to. We kind of know how it's going to be, but we don't know what it's going to be. I know I've been fielding questions all week long, but it's frustrating because we just don't have the answers. There's speculation from everyone on what's going to open, and we just have to be smart about it. So
You just can't
yeah.
blow it open.
No, we can't.
It'll cause such a disastrous
Yeah.
effect if that happens.
5 more days.
But
Yeah, but it's
May
not.
18th.
It's
Staggered.
it's going to be
But
staggered.
we're going to know something on May
It's-
18th.
It's going to be very gradual, and it's probably not. The first phase probably isn't going to be anything much more than is open now, with a few additions and with guidelines for everyone to follow. It's not going to be any face-to-face, so it won't be barbershops or hair salons or anything
No
like
personal
that.
care.
Yeah, it won't be any personal care. But we'll get there if we're smart about it and follow directions and the numbers don't go up. That's what the main concern is. Then we can go to phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
And please wear your damn mask. What is the big deal?
It's not that big a deal.
know.
There are some great masks out there
Yeah.
that are not like N95s because they're awful. I wear it when I have to, but I don't like it. But I have a couple of the other masks that are the fiber
Yeah.
that work. They
Yeah.
work fine.
And there's even some cute ones. I have some that people have made that are
Oh,
adorable.
yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
that I wear, and it's just so silly not to put it on and to scream at people, and they're just trying to do their job when they say, "Please put your mask on." I mean, I was telling Harry that I had a service person, a plumber at my house. I had a plumbing problem, and he was telling me his wife went to pick up their daughter at school, JetBlue. 2 people wouldn't put their masks on the plane. They had to empty the whole plane. The Stadies had to arrest the 2 people, and then everybody had to get back on the plane. If you just left your masks on and took off, you could take them off after you're in the plane. They can't make you keep them on.
The best thing they did was arrest those 2, because if they would have got back on a plane with they probably would have beat the hell out of them.
Thrown them out of the plane. But, and then the incident of the poor kids at the ice cream parlor down the Cape, and
Oh, yeah, that was awful.
I mean, that's terrible.
See, I wouldn't let that happen. I've been in a grocery store and somebody in front of us is like, and I'm like, hey, that's enough. And they look at you because they're not used to somebody. I'm like, the kid's doing a job.
I know, it's...
End it.
Why take it out on someone that's really just following directions
And they're
doing
doing
their
what
job?
they have to
Tell
do.
people what happened. A lot of people probably don't know what happened.
Oh, I was in a grocery store and the person in front of me was giving the poor cashier a hard time and getting, belligerent. And I'm not quiet. You know that. And I just said, hey, knock it off. And the guy just kind of looked at me. I'm like, there's no need. They're doing a job. Leave them alone. And the guy just walked out. He just got his stuff
And
and
they're
walked
not
out.
getting paid that much.
Right. I mean, they're in harm's way
They're at risk.
all
yes.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day. Okay, there's a piece of plexiglass in front of you. It's still not going to stop it.
No.
I'll
And
tell you.
they're
should
at
see,
risk, and I know we're all frustrated. Believe me, I don't think there's anybody that even thought it was going to go this long.
No, we thought it'd be a few weeks and
Maybe a month.
maybe a month. Now we're into the
this is,
3rd.
I mean, now to hear into the fall, and trying to make
Yeah.
arrangements for back to school, and
well, my daughter was telling me that her kids aren't going to school in the fall every day. They're going to be staggered days, like 2 to 3 days a week.
yeah, I think it's going to be like double sessions. They used to have double sessions.
Okay, what they're
yeah.
going to do is try to space them
Yeah.
out,
Right.
because right now
Because they can't. They can't put 6 feet apart
Not
With
with the
a full
current
classroom.
classes,
Yeah,
because
you
the room's
can't.
full.
Right.
Exactly.
So you probably cut them in half.
Yep.
Yeah.
And space
Not the
them.
kids, the classes.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's in the Bible.
I thought about that today. I was thinking
Abraham.
about that when I'm thinking about, gee, what are they gonna do for fall?
There's a lot of unique industries, businesses that you don't think of.
Right.
I just had it, I'm bringing a sample Friday.
Oh,
Concierges,
Sean, yes, I know. Yeah,
concierge desks.
yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah.
never dawned on me.
yeah,
And we're forming this product and they're
Yeah.
going to test it. And
Yeah.
there's the 32 of them for the Copley.
yeah.
Yep.
You have to
Oh,
do
my-
that.
Never would have thought of it.
Oh, you'll be out straight. This
Oh, our
place
weirdest is the crematorium thing. I don't know what they're doing with those, but it's for a crematorium. I'm like, I don't even want to know. Don't care.
Oh, they have services at some
I'm sure they do.
crematoriums, so,
You know, our life is going to change, and we just have to roll with it. And you know, we want to be smart about it. The disturbing information today is that we have some cases of children's COVID in Massachusetts now, and it looks like this virus is mutating, and it's affecting children so differently than adults. Almost like severe allergies with the rash.
Yeah, the
you know?
rash and the
And cardio and attacking their hearts, so, like Kawasaki.
Kawasaki. Right?
And that's actually an interesting trivia fact is that Worcester, Massachusetts had the highest rate of Kawasaki disease than anywhere else in the country. Way back when Kawasaki, you know, I think that was the 60s or the 70s.
Yep.
But we just have to kind of go with the flow and follow, you know, the guidelines. I read a report from a doctor at UMass, and it was disturbing. It was very disturbing if we don't follow the guidelines. So, you know,
but even following the guidelines, you don't know.
no, because the guidelines change every day.
Yeah.
It's
That's my job. I'll get the word out to you. But
it's basically what we've talked about for so long. Common
Yeah.
sense.
it is common sense.
Wash your hands.
And
Don't touch stuff.
And I know
Wear
that
a
we've been doing it a long time. Don't stop. Be, you know, vigilant.
My hands are raw.
Yeah, be vigilant. Wash your hands. Use the hand sanitizer. I was at Job Lot today, and I saw gallons of hand sanitizer, and I said, "Oh, I'll buy a gallon. I'll just fill all of them at the chamber and at the school." Because I'm hoping we can bring back some of the students face to face. It was $40.
Oh, my God. That's the other thing. that's
Job
happening.
The gallon at Koopman's was $88.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, yeah, good. I'm all set.
I'll go buy the grain alcohol and the
Yeah.
aloe.
No, wait a minute. That is alcohol abuse.
I mean, what, a roll of toilet paper is $1 at Koopman's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Walmart has toilet paper. I was able to buy some today. It was like $12 for a package. The price is up.
Yeah, everything is.
And this is the problem. I hate this
Degouging.
degouging, but
Yeah.
you know what's gonna happen. It may be low scale, but it's higher than it was because there's no competition.
Right.
You gotta
Right.
buy what's there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they said that by the middle of the summer, Clorox has upped their production of their
Yeah.
hand sanitizer, not
Right.
hand sanitizer, their wipes.
They're wipes, yeah. because
You
the
never see
wipes-
any of those.
Can't find the wipes.
No.
But, you know, you can make them. You can make some wipes with paper towels and a spray and, you know,
That's
and
what
do
we do.
that. Yeah.
So you
So-
adapt.
One thing I do want to say is we're still printing all of the shields and we're filling orders. So if there's any of you out there who are getting ready to open and you would like to have some face shields or PPEs for your workers or maybe to have them available, we're donating them. You don't have to purchase them. So please get in touch with me at the Chamber of Commerce and I'll put an order together for you and we'll either deliver them or we'll make arrangements for you to pick them up. But we're happy to do that, and we've been doing that for some dental offices, some
They're gonna need them
manufacturers.
because they'll be
Yeah.
opening up.
Yeah, so it's very important that you be prepared. And there's still a shortage on PPEs, so we're still printing them. And we are also printing the bands that you can put to hold your mask so it doesn't push on your ears. So we're printing those as well. And I think I told you last week, we came up with the clips to
Yes.
put on your
Baseball
golf
caps.
hat. Yeah, to put on the brim of your golf
But
hat.
the bands, I heard those, it was some kid that was making them out
Yeah,
in the
he
Midwest.
came up with the design.
Yeah.
So we've been printing them on the 3D
'Cause
printer.
people complain it
Yeah,
starts to
they
hurt
do,
their
they
ears
hurt your
after a
ears.
while.
We all look like Dumbo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know, if you do, like my wife works with elderly,
Mhm.
you gotta wear it all day.
You do, yeah.
And, you know, myself, I get in my car, I take it off.
Yeah.
I get in the house, I take it off.
Yeah, same here.
But, I mean, you gotta have it on, if you're working in a store, I walk in the coop and say, they all got their masks,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
all day
yeah.
long.
It's in my pocketbook. I'll be putting it on when I leave
Yeah,
here.
right in my
Yeah.
jacket pocket all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
One in the car, one in the jacket.
Yep.
You know, that's
Yeah.
one in the truck.
And the good thing is you can wash the cloth ones. So
Yeah.
I've got two and wash them. But
The ones we have are they hook around your ears. There's two types. If you have a big head like mine, it's a longer one, and then there's a shorter one. And my wife washed them, and she couldn't find them.
oh no.
She got a shirt, and it came out rolled up. Unroll it out.
Oh, but there's a lot happening, a lot we don't know. Constantly still on the Zoom, learning from our legislators and from other businesses, and just peer groups, really. Sharing information.
Is David's program working?
It started Monday.
Okay.
Yep, so it's rolling along,
Good.
which is great, and thanks to Dave Meridian for that to help the restaurants. I did hear from some officials that there's talk that maybe in this first phase, outdoor dining might be offered, which makes sense.
Well,
Uh,
while we're on restaurants, we
Yeah.
might as well talk,
Yeah.
Kayla,
yeah, Kaylee. Yeah,
Kaylee,
yeah.
I forget her last name now.
Oh.
The French name. Provine,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I believe. Well, anyway, she lives in Northbridge.
yeah.
She works at Hunter's Tavern
Ah, okay.
in Grafton. She has put together what she calls restaurant bingo. She's trying to sign up 25 restaurants. I tell you, but you're not in the restaurant business anymore.
Not anymore.
No. And what they're gonna do is you visit every one you visit, on your bingo card, you fill in the block till you get bingo, and then you're gonna get 2 meals.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
the idea is to visit these restaurants. And
Oh, yeah.
It'll work on the to-go as well as when they reopen,
yeah.
but she's trying to put that
And
together.
that's for the whole valley,
And that's
which is
what- yeah,
great. The
she's
entire
doing it
valley.
For the entire valley, so any restaurants that are interested,
I've never heard of that place.
it's right on
Hunter's
Boston.
Tavern?
No,
Yeah.
Grafton
It's at
Common.
Grafton Inn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just called Grafton Inn.
Jay Hunter. So
Yeah,
Hunter.
okay.
Yeah, Hunter's Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, and we've had some events there with the chamber. It's very, very
Really
nice.
good meals.
Yeah, very good, very good. And they were chowder winners at our expo too, which
Yeah.
we're gonna have on Halloween. I talked to Bobo the Clown, and I talked to Bill.
I hope nothing happens.
know.
God,
Oh,
you get a new outbreak and they say, oh,
yeah.
everything's canceled again.
And I talked to
That's-
Bill Belanger, who does our amusements for Pat Rock, and maybe we'll have a spooky house for the kids and do a contest and maybe a few little rides and things for them. We want to do something special. I think once people are able to get together, they're going to be open to having some fun, And have you played golf yet?
I have not.
Oh, I'm surprised.
I've been very busy.
Yeah,
We're
yeah, we all have.
crazy busy.
Went up to Shiny Rock today,
Did you?
and they're pretty busy.
Good.
Oh, I drove by Whitensville, and I was shocked because I didn't realize that they had changed, and you're allowed to take a cart, one person now.
Oh, I didn't know you could take a car. Oh, good.
Only
Yeah,
one
one
When did
person.
person
that
in a car.
change? Well, that's
Sunday.
that's what we wanted.
Right, Sunday. it
That's what we
changed.
proposed. Oh, excellent! Because Blackstone National wasn't able to open because that's such a long course
Oh, yeah.
to walk.
That's
oh
a
my
Sherper's
gosh.
course.
That's like a marathon.
You need 2 goats and a
course.
Sherpa to get through
Yeah,
the course.
exactly.
It's like
Oh, I'm
Marlboro's the same
so
way.
happy to hear that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Good.
they were out in force.
I don't
I
think
gotta
they
say-
realized that because I spoke with someone from Blackstone National at the beginning of the week, and they
Yeah,
weren't
they're
aware
allowed
of
to have
it.
one person in the car.
Oh, good.
But someone has to, and when it comes
Yeah,
back
you
in,
have to
has to
clean
disinfect it.
Yeah, it has to be
Everyone was
disinfected.
masked.
Yeah,
All the golfers had masks.
Yeah.
Good. That's excellent. No,
Yeah,
it's
it's great.
well worth it, and we're happy to see that. And that means that their restaurants, people will be getting takeout from their restaurants, which is good, while they're playing golf.
No.
So that, no?
The restaurants are not allowed to open.
No,
No, but I mean, can they do takeout
Nope.
from it? No?
no.
Restaurants are not allowed to open. That's one of the caveats, is none of the restaurants are allowed to open.
At the golf course?
Or I wouldn't be here.
Oh,
That's right. You'd be working in Oxford.
That's right. I'd be working at Pine Ridge.
oh, I told you, I get married there, right?
That's hysterical.
Yeah, I had my wedding reception was there. It was called Oxford Country Club.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was the DuPont zone.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
when-
that was a long time
that was
ago.
really
I got
nice
married
then.
in '71. Yeah.
Mm, 76.
So, yeah,
Now, in the Chamber of Commerce,
yeah,
you have all different kinds of businesses involved.
yes, yeah.
From hair salons to,
Manufacturers.
rock splitters
to-
or-
Yeah,
well, okay.
Any business.
yeah.
I have a specific answer.
From healthcare to, sole proprietors. So that's why we try to look out for everybody. It's a daunting task, especially now. And a lot of the businesses are still hoping that they can apply for an EIDL. But I know that there's not a lot of information going out as there was in the beginning. Our Friday call with Mima was, usually we can ask a lot of questions, but this week, right at 2:00, Secretary Keneally said, "Okay, 2:00, all right, we'll talk to you next week." And we're like, "What? I'm in the queue for questions."
He had a date. He probably had a tea time.
I wanted to find out if the EIDL was going to be open to non-agricultural businesses, because right now they're only open to agricultural businesses. And I'm sure they're not getting the flow that they got when every business was able
It's
to
going to be
apply.
very interesting to see somebody like Fatma's.
He's opening.
Right, but
Yeah,
it's going to be, excuse me, very interesting to see how they do it like Greg has done it at West End.
yeah,
You pull in,
yeah.
you pull over, they may bring your ice cream out, you
Mm-hmm.
leave. So he does like 3 cars at a time.
Yeah,
Well, he might just regulate
You
how many
just do
people
it
can be
like-
in the store.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
like-
you're going to wash your vegetables when you get them home anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
and you want to go in and pick out your own vegetables.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
People like to look at them
Mm-hmm.
and pick the ones they want. And
Good people.
yeah,
Oh,
Good
yeah.
family.
yeah, yeah. They really are. So
He
it'll
taught me
be
a
great.
lot.
Really?
Oh, yeah. When I was a selectman, and we were talking about agriculture, and he said, what do you know about agriculture? I said, I was born in the Bronx. He went,
A
Come
tree
to-
grows in
and I
Brooklyn.
went to his place one weekend, and he taught me how to sow potatoes and stuff, and smart man. Just,
Good.
Yep.
And that's great, because you don't just hear about it. I
Yeah.
went and he let me experience it,
Yeah.
which was pretty
Well,
cool.
Community Harvest Project is like that. I mean, our church takes a couple of weekends and we go and plant or weed or harvest, depending upon what time of year it is. And you can do that with organizations at Community Harvest Project
That's
in
cool.
Grafton, which is great because they help to fill the food bank with fresh produce.
yes,
Yeah, which is great. So, so we're looking forward to reopening. We're not exactly sure what's going to happen, and
it's going to be slow.
it's going to be slow, and it should be slow. And I hate to project anything. Half the news is, oh, this is going to happen in the fall. That's going to. We don't know.
No.
We don't know. So I think we just
I
need to
think
do
you're
a
going
wait
to
and
see some
see.
big changes.
We
you know,
will.
one thing is the theater business,
Yeah.
because now the production companies are finding that they can release a new film on the internet,
On Netflix, yeah.
on Netflix, and get just as
And
good a
Hulu.
result.
Yeah, Hulu, Netflix, and
So they're going to say,
Yeah.
why should we bother with theater?
yeah, exactly.
The only thing that can save them is watching it on the big screen is so much different than
Oh, yes.
watching it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if you got a 50-inch TV,
Mhm.
it's still not the same.
Mhm.
No. Well, drive-ins will make a comeback. We'll
It's-
get the Menden.
Mendon's open.
Is it?
Yeah,
Mendon's
Yay.
open.
the drive-ins are.
Yeah,
the
Mike was,
drive-ins are.
Mike, the young man that runs it, is a friend of ours, and
Yeah.
he was setting up the heat towers. And what
Good.
they did is you can't line the cars up next to each other. You have to have space in between, so there's no way
Oh,
to park there. They have
yeah.
a cone there or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So this will
great.
start
So,
opening.
you know,
We were
they
just
can't,
talking about that
their
last
capacity
week.
goes down,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still open.
Yeah. And then, being out in the open is better. I did see in some of the states that have opened hair salons, especially down south, they're actually doing the services out on the porch, out front, outside.
Trust me, I was thinking
Yeah.
about driving to New Hampshire.
You have to have an
Don't you-
appointment.
Just to get a
Don't you
haircut.
still have to go to in quarantine? Yeah,
No,
see,
just-
Yeah.
I didn't.
I gotta
was-
get to the house in Florida at some point, and the only thing that's stopping me is I have to come back and go into quarantine for
Yep.
14 days, so. Well, that's not the only thing, there's nobody to run the chamber, so
Yeah,
I
that-
can't
that
do
would
it
be
and
a
do it
problem right now.
yourself. That would be
But
a
there are so
problem.
there have got to be, and this is what's happening, and you must be experiencing it. There are different ways to distance people
Yeah.
within a building
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
how to get it done. Like New Hampshire did it. New Hampshire, there's only like if there's 4 chairs, there's only
Yeah.
2, and they as soon as somebody leaves, they
Yeah.
they sanitize everything,
Yeah.
and then 2 more people can come in, which is
Right.
great.
Yeah, I actually had someone send me the New Hampshire guidelines, which I flagged to read, but I haven't had a chance to read yet, yeah. So, so we're getting there, and it's gonna be a new normal. We don't know what the new normal is going to be, but we're gonna have to adapt, and I think it's just gonna be life-changing for all of us.
You could have
He's-
barber at the
I
mill.
know, he's
and
been getting ready to open, and I'm
Great
afraid
guy.
he's,
He has what?
Great kid.
6,
Yeah,
I think he has
like-
6 barbers that work there.
yeah.
So that's a
And
lot of
they have
people.
not been eligible for any funding whatsoever.
Oh my
And
God.
I'll tell you what, he would offered to go to the fire station and police station and give haircuts.
He's a wonderful young man.
All of the guys go to him.
A
All the cops
wonderful
go to him
young man.
because he's just.
We've been
that-
That's
trying
where I got
to-
my last haircut.
Yeah. His
Gr-
brother is a decorated war hero from the Middle East. He's
Oh, no kidding.
from Iraq.
Oh, wow.
Purple Heart, and they're originally from the Dominican Republic, but they're naturalized citizens, and they've been trying to get their mother over here, and they have not been able to do that, and that's really too bad because you've got
Well,
a
now it's a
service
big,
person, a decorated, but he's been trying to do this for like 2 years,
Right.
to the point where I connected him with the ambassador to Canada to see if we could get her into Canada. But yeah, it's been tough. It's tough.
It's you were a salesman. I talked to a lot of I have a weird relationship with all of the salespeople that are in my industry, and all of them, without any question, have said the same thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm used to shaking people's hands. I'm used to hugging people. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, we're gonna learn a different way.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
Because it's and
Yeah.
it's a form of respect.
Right.
right.
And now you have to find a different way. Whether we bow, whether we live long and prosper, whatever, it's going to be different. It's
Yeah.
going to be something we're going to have to adapt to. And
Well, we started a marketing campaign through the Massachusetts Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives like a year ago, and we're just now starting to get from the ad agency presentations. And one of the presentations showed 2 people shaking hands. Chambers mean business, and we're like, no, we can't use
You
that
gotta bump
image.
elbows.
that's
can't use that
that's
image
what we've been
anymore.
doing. I literally was at a meeting yesterday. I met the brand new CEO of our company,
Uh-huh.
and that's what we did.
Yeah,
And he said, "I'd love to shake your hand." I said, "This is good enough." And he's like, "Okay,
Yeah.
good."
yeah.
But it's that's how when you met somebody, that's your
Well, yeah, it was normal to
your
shake a
distinction, yeah.
hand, yeah.
Well,
we'll
just-
adapt.
Yeah, it's going
We
to
all adapt.
change, but we'll be fine. It's going to work out.
Hey, we adapted to that damn internet.
But, now we're gonna, how they always talked about everybody has to have their area,
Space. Yeah,
their
we're gonna-
space.
Personal
And we
space.
really need
personal
our space.
Now it's
Give me
gonna be
some
more
space.
important than ever,
Yeah. Yeah. And,
and we gotta learn the one-way streets in the supermarkets.
I did that again today.
It's hysterical.
And the job lot, I was going up the down.
I had to go down this aisle, and I knew I had to go in that aisle, so I had to go one aisle over so I
Yeah.
could
Right.
go down.
It's like being in Boston.
Yeah, right, exactly. I said, oh my
Speaking
God.
of that, did you see the peanut? How the peanut? that
No,
they're
I
creating?
heard
Oh
about
my
they're using it now, Kelly
goodness.
Square.
The
The new
Kelly
Kelly
Square?
Square.
Yeah?
Well, they've taken this when you come into Kelly Square from if you get off the
You
off
come
the
in now
290.
from Harding Street, and you go out by Millbury Street.
Right, and you
Yeah.
come back out and around.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not gonna come in, Harding, Water Street is down, Water
Oh,
Street is
please
down.
don't tell me they put
Harding
those
is,
two rotaries the way
They
you go.
reverse both
it looks
the
like a
roads.
peanut,
Oh, man.
but they're not intertwined. It's a peanut.
Oh, so it's not like,
Like you-
Millbury. It's not
right.
like Millbury where you got to go around one rotary and then go around another rotary.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's a long, it's
I
kind of.
liked Kelly Square the way it
Free-for-all.
was. I wanted it there.
Well, you know, there weren't that many accidents because everybody knew it was a problem,
Well,
and they took their time.
It was just go. You don't
Yeah.
stop. You just go when you get to Kelly Square. Just go. Oh, when I heard they were going to reconfigure it, I went, no, I love it the way it is.
Well, some of these things, like the one in Millbury, is ridiculous.
That's silly.
The double rotary? I mean,
have
come on,
to
that's
say
just-
that
Oh,
Whoever
my
figured that
God.
out
that
should
is
be beat to
very
death.
silly.
They screwed
Yeah.
that up. They
That
really-
one, and I want to hit the engineer in the head who did the Mass Pike interchange 146, because when you're coming over to go to 20 and they come flying out of 146 South, nobody looks.
I
They have
know.
more accidents there now.
I bet they
Well,
do.
obviously because it's new, but they have a ton of accidents there.
They don't even have a yield sign
Nope.
there.
No, it doesn't say anything.
No.
Just free for all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Have at it. Yikes.
I know.
You know, they're coming down the other, or if you're coming around, you exit off, if you're heading north of 146, you loop up, they're coming in from the south. It's a collision point.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody, like I say, there's no yield sign.
And it's hugely popular now with truckers.
Yeah.
To the point where the undercarriage of that bridge is falling apart already. Just crazy.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not that old.
No, it isn't.
I mean, there are huge bellies and potholes in the left lane for the truckers going onto the pike.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah? Well, you got 20,
Yeah.
290, 146,
Yep.
and there's your pike.
Yeah.
Really, it's really crazy. So I'm going to be like, what were you smoking when you decided to
Well,
design
you know,
this?
it's funny when you see something like that because it goes through committee. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not one person that makes that decision.
Mm.
So it had to be a
Well,
battery of people
It
who
really
agreed to
goes
that.
back to the 1950s. When they built the Mass Pike, they purposely missed Worcester.
I know. Somebody
It was
pissed off
done on
somebody.
purpose.
Yeah, they did.
The Speaker of the House at the time
Yeah.
didn't like the Worcester delegation,
Yeah.
so he purposely missed Worcester.
Yeah. And it went to Millbury.
Yeah.
Went right to Millbury. I know.
So then they had to
Heard
build
that.
290 to make up for it. And when they built 290, the other thing that took place is everybody in Worcester wanted an exit.
Yeah.
That's why you got so many exits in Worcester on 290, which also causes a lot of congestion.
Yeah.
So it's not
And then
just
they
a-
ended up, finally, decades later, putting in that Worcester exit on the Pike.
Mhm.
Yes.
They added it, and then, what is it, 11A?
Well,
I
how
think?
many
No,
years?
10A.
10A.
It was a
10A.
lot of years before 290 was completed. For years,
Yeah.
it only went through
Yeah.
Worcester.
I know.
You got to Lincoln Street, there was a wall.
In high school, they were building it, and we used to. We just got our license to drive, and we used to go on it. It wasn't even finished, but we'd go zooming down
Yeah.
290. It wasn't even open.
And then it was a number of years after that before they completed it into Oxford.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when 146 was 2 lanes, one north. and
Yes,
one
Oh,
I
yeah.
do too. Now,
And there
what's
was-
that 146A right now?
No.
No, 146, real 146
Yeah.
was just 1 lane down and 1 lane back.
I do remember.
And there
that,
was a
'cause I
hell of a
remember my
lot of
dad
head-on
taking-
collisions in
Well,
that.
Yeah.
there were 4 lanes in Northbridge,
Yeah.
over by Purgatory Road. It actually divided there, under the bridge.
Huh.
And there were islands in the middle of 146 in Millbury. And you had an opening in the
Oh,
islands.
right by where, remember the one right by Dorenzo Towing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a disaster
Yeah, but
that was.
before they upgraded 146, there were actually islands that you could reverse direction
Mhm.
every so many feet.
Oh my gosh.
But
The one right by Dorenzo Towing
Yeah.
was, they,
Well, that was
Collisions all the
that was
time.
that was
Well,
the
that was good
upgrade. I'm
business for
talking
them.
before that.
oh, before the upgrade, that.
Yeah, I'm going way back
Uh,
before you had a license. 'Cause I'm a little older.
weren't there horses?
I was just
horses
gonna
and
say
buggies then?
that.
And, yeah, they had 146, was divided up to Purgatory Road. Actually, you went underneath the bridge went over Purgatory,
Wow.
not Purgatory Road, Sutton Ave.
Oh, Sutton Ave, yeah.
Yeah, the bridge went over it. And you had to go down and then underneath. And they changed all that around, but when you went down, there was one of those hills there that if you stopped your car midway on the hill, it would roll backwards up the hill.
Oh, my.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty weird.
it was. It was something, I used to go on there with dates and say, what's this?
That's how you impressed your girlfriends, huh?
Yeah. But, I remember 146, and there was a number of people killed because they would make that,
Oh, yeah. Tons.
I remember my brother was in the Army, and he was stationed in Rehoboth. He used to work on the Nike missiles that were there. And he got in a car accident in Uxbridge on 146.
yeah, or
And
146
middle
was
of the
a
night, we
nightmare.
had to go pick him up. I was just a little girl, I remember.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
Thank God they separated that thing out.
But the racing point was at Purgatory Road because you had a split. 2 lanes on each side, so everybody would go out there and drag race.
Oh, that's like Lake Ave in Worcester was the big
Oh, that
drag
was a
race.
big one, yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, used to go watch them drag race. Yeah, we're reminiscing now. So we're not
Yeah.
even thinking about COVID. We're
I
reminiscing.
know. Well, you gotta
People
do
are getting
that.
used to it.
Yeah.
Living with COVID. Now it's living with COVID. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's gonna, you think about it, there's not gonna be, no auto shows.
No large gatherings. And
No-
that's,
yeah.
you know,
The
it's-
4th of July thing
No 4th of
No
July.
4th of July.
is scary.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Well, you can't have that many people,
no.
so,
I mean, you know, Keith Lockhart is
oh, he's brokenhearted.
He's going to do something, he said, but I don't know if it's going to be
they're gonna do
just
something
do something,
online.
or they're going to do, maybe they're going to do it, they're just going to televise it. They're not going to have any fans there.
That'd be hard
know.
to keep them out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I know somebody that was on 122 today doing a detail, and he said to me, it was busy,
Oh, yeah.
like you read about.
There was a lot of traffic today.
A lot of
Yeah.
traffic.
Well, you know,
are going
people,
out.
at first was okay, they stayed home, you get nice weather now, and how long can you stay home? You start getting, like with the blizzard of '78, after a while, you started getting
Yeah.
cabin fever.
That was 2 weeks. you know.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, now, we're talking, we've been, 3 months now?
But be vigilant. Stay the course.
Mhm.
At the risk of sounding like George Bush, stay the course. But you know, wash your hands, use your sanitizer, wear your mask. Wear your mask. Don't argue with people. Put your mask on.
It's you know, it's not that big a deal.
No, and it's not worth getting into an argument with someone to have something tragic happen. I mean, we've heard some very sad stories over something stupid.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just not worth it. I know that your nerves are frayed and you're, you know, frustrated, but
I'm amazed how many
yeah.
people know who I am with my mask.
I was shocked. I was in Market 32, and a young man came up to me and I said, "Hi, Mr. Collins, how are you?" And I was like, "Hi, Sean." I just blew me away that we could actually recognize each other. It was like, wow.
So, obviously, it won't work to rob banks.
No,
no,
no.
no. So the banks
Well,
won't be opening.
I was talking to
while.
one of the other salespeople, and it was funny. He was telling me the story. His son had a baseball cap on because he's bald, and he had a mask on, and it was sunny out that day, and he had sunglasses on. He went into a liquor store, and the guy said, "Give me your ID," and he goes, "Why?"
I know, really.
Here,
Yeah, can you tell it's me?
you know,
I know,
you can't
tell
you
me.
can't see.
You can tell me who it is. Yeah.
It's too. That's why I don't know how banks are going to do it.
Just drive. I drove through today with do chamber business, but I was thinking the same thing. I don't think they're going to be able to open for a while,
No.
or new normal. And then, you know, the community center. I'm on the board there, and we're trying to come up with guidelines, and we've got to pick up thermometers because we're going to have to take people's
Yep.
temperature as they come in, and
Try to find them.
and then we did get some information on the electronic devices that are kind of like what you walk through in the airports.
Yeah.
And it can take your temperature and it can scan and
No kidding.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it was one of our members that does telephones and IT, and they have it. So I sent it over to the community center to take a look at. And there was no price, and then the price came in.
I can
It's
imagine what that price
It's like
is.
$20,000
Woo.
for a unit. Yeah, it's a lot of money. So that won't be happening at the
They're
community
just about
center.
staying alive now.
But we're gonna get those thermometers, you know,
Dear.
and, yeah, the handheld thermometers, and
When you stick
just
on your
kinda do
forehead.
that.
Well, they got them now that you don't even have to get close to the person.
No,
You
you
walk
don't, you
by
just
and
kinda
it'll
hold,
read.
yeah. I am
Amazing.
on the board for my church, as well, and we did get a directive from, the Episcopal Diocese that they are not planning on any, even thinking about any bodies in church until July or August. That they're gonna continue with the Facebook Live and the Zoom and, you know,
You
maybe
really have
extend
nothing
it.
to do, huh?
Well, if you do want to go to
It's
church, you go to Adams Square.
Yeah.
There you go. No, thanks.
I
I'm
don't
good.
think so.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
I think that it's the right thing to do, but it's very complicated. We were trying to put together a plan for how we could bring in church group. I mean, you know, you have, I mean, I don't go to a very large church, but we still get over 50, 60, 70
Yeah.
people. How do you do that? What door do they come in, you know, and how do you put, what do you do in the pews? Do you put something in between? And,
How do you have a funeral?
well, you can only have 15 right now. I know the funerals are videotaping now. Mercadante we lost someone in our parish, and it's at Mercadante, and they only allowing like 15, as you know.
Yeah.
So it's being videotaped. So you can get online. They give you it's
Yeah,
like a
a friend of
Zoom,
mine
and you
passed
can
away
watch it online.
from
Yeah.
Shrewsbury.
Who?
Roger Samuel. You know Roger?
Oh,
Samuel?
Roger died?
Well, you know Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
God.
was in a nursing home.
Roger was in a nursing home?
Yeah.
God, one of my friends
For-
dated
for a few
Roger in
months.
high school. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
He was 81.
Oh no, not that Roger. Must be Roger's. No, the Roger I know would be in his late 60s.
Oh, no, he
Yeah,
was
not that
81.
one. Oh, okay.
He owned Cat Val in Worcester, which was on Southbridge Street.
Oh, this Roger owned a car place. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He sold the Value gas station.
Oh, okay.
I actually pumped gas for him in 1970
Oh, my
before he
gosh.
got married.
But I remember that place that you're talking about, the cat
Yeah,
place.
he sold
Yeah.
the property to
Yeah.
Yatco.
Oh.
And but anyway, yeah. And
No,
Roger's a retired colonel
Oh.
from National. He went to Norwich University up in Vermont,
Mhm.
military school, and came out, went in the regular army, came home, joined the guard, and ended up being. He was a battalion commander. Roger
Wow.
was a good friend of mine.
Wow.
His brother, Richard, was the former head of FEMA for Worcester
Oh my goodness.
way
Wow.
back. He
Yeah.
was also a colonel.
Hmm.
But his funeral is going to be on the internet.
Yeah, a
service.
lot of the funeral homes are doing that now, and wave of the future, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The person we lost in our parish, she was 100 years old.
God bless.
Yeah, at the Rossetti's, Mrs. Rossetti.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember Rossetti's drugstore, town pharmacy.
Yeah.
No,
She
no
was
kidding.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catherine
yeah.
passed away, yeah.
Oh, wow. We know.
She
I
was
remember.
100. Yeah, so
And,
she made it to 100.
Yeah, we were fortunate. My father-in-law died March 15th, and they still let us have a very, very small service.
Yeah.
15 people.
Yeah, they're still doing that, but now they're doing televised.
My kids were giving me a hard time this week because we've always had and if Ben Stiller's father, Jerry Stiller.
Oh, Jerry.
Go ahead,
I
you're
used to have
on.
Coffee with him.
How we doing?
All right, baby.
Russ,
Yes, sir.
once you've got elected and we get back in the fall, Town Talk, your intentions to be back on the program regularly, or are you gone?
No. Why not?
Well, it depends if they open up the bars.
I'm just,
No, I would. No, I think it'd be a great idea.
I'm asking because I want to know what your feelings are, like Bobby Mellor used to be on
Right. No, I think it's a great idea that people can ask a question.
with Harry. Oh, yes. Oh,
I think it's terrific.
I would, in fact, for what it's worth, I would encourage you to come back and do it.
I think it's a
if you
tremendous
had the
idea.
Time, but then again, you'll have other commitments.
No.
and that, so you gotta, you gotta weigh and balance what you want to do. But I was curious
No.
if you had come to a resolution.
No,
in
my
regard-
plan is definitely to come back. I think it's the best opportunity for a person. You can't call into a selectmen's meeting. Some people feel kind of weird when they call your house. I think it's the best way to get people to talk. You got a problem? You got a question? I'll be here.
And the whole town can hear it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's kind of like using Twitter.
That's it. It's a terrific idea. Yeah. That's why
Bob
that
Mello
was my
did,
plan.
Tim Boucher did it.
Love my buddy. My Bobby.
Yeah.
Love my Bobby. He's
Yeah.
a great guy. Did you ever meet Bob Mellon?
I don't think so.
Oh.
no.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, absolutely.
I figured you would, but I wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth. So.
No, I'm having all intentions of it.
Okay.
Hey,
All
how
right,
do you
guys-
how do you like the upgrades going on at the end of the block?
Well, I'll tell you, that's going to be quite a building.
They're doing all
That's enormous.
they're doing all of the prototype stuff today, this week, to put the Dens glass up and the windows in and the curtain wall, and before they do it, they have to do a mock-up on the ground, and they have to check it, make sure, and that's what they were doing today. This week is they were doing all the mock-ups of how they're going to enclose it, and they were doing it right behind my house, so it was kind
Oh, wow.
it's kind of wild to watch. I mean, I know what they're doing. I've done it before, but it's unique to see them do it, and they're doing it right. The program that they're using is really good. It's top of the line. They're using a really good Dens glass and everything. So,
Now, it won't be ready till 2021.
oh no, they haven't even closed it in yet.
And there's
They're
gonna
just
have
doing
to
the
be some
prototype
changes.
for how to enclose it right now, because they have to do it. They have to test it. It has to be okayed by the on-site architect, Anthony, and then they go ahead.
Oh, okay.
My wife was wondering, why are they putting a little shed over there? I'm like, it's not a shed. It's not a shed. It's the mock-ups.
Everything else going well over there on Lake Street?
Oh, beautiful. Couldn't be any nicer up here where all those old biddies are.
As long as everybody stays healthy.
Things are going wonderful.
That's all that matters.
I will tell you this. I'm not mocking or in any manner, shape, or form, but it's kind of a slow night as far as the conversation goes, as opposed to other nights when, news is breaking every 5 or 10 minutes.
Right.
But we've had, just up here and Colonials attached with this, we've had 3 Wednesdays in a row, and we had, what was it, the first one, Unibank delivered to every unit 24-pack of Poland spring water.
Whoa.
Nice.
The second was, who was it? It was ERA Realty. Delivered sandwiches.
Oh my! Wow, nice.
That's nice.
Sandwiches. They have chicken, turkey, or whatever, and with the little mayonnaise or mustard cups. So they came to the door of everyone, and you really appreciate that. You know?
Yeah.
And then we got another. Came again Wednesday, and you look, and the maintenance guys were bringing it around. Unibank. Who else for Unibank? Brought a bag, and Unibank had a care package.
Oh,
Toilet
nice.
paper towels.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Had little wafer-like bars of soap. And I looked at it at first. I thought it was white chocolate.
Don't eat it.
Boy.
Don't eat it.
Yeah. You thought it was white chocolate till you bit into it, right?
I love white chocolate, but unfortunately I had just eaten, so
That's
I
different.
didn't leap before I looked. But Unibank came around, and it's like it just... It's wonderful. People are helping each other. A few weeks, not that I'm looking for any credit, but a few weeks back, I went to never been, fortunately, never had to go to a food bank,
Yeah.
and most of them were closed, if not just about all of them. So, a buddy of mine had from up here said, I went down there to the senior center, and nobody's there. Of course, everyone was afraid at that point. This might be 6 weeks back or even longer. Everybody was petrified to go down there. So I said, you know what? The people that are regulars, and and we have regulars here that go, you know,
Yeah.
probably going to be petrified too. So I said, to the hell with it. You know, I'm going to go down. I'm going to, however the hell you do it, you know, and I know one thing, you don't need income limit or anything. There were others you do. So I went down, just signed the thing, gave them my name. You couldn't go in because they wanted you to stay the hell away, you know, because of the COVID. And they were bringing out boxes and bags and boxes and bags. And I'm telling you, I got a workout. By the time I lugged them from my car into the house, onto tables, separated them out, put them in bags, smaller boxes or whatever I had, I must have gone to, no, I'm not saying half the places, but a number of places with some things to give to people to, you know, kind of help out a little bit. You
Yeah.
know?
Great.
Because I think even the regulars would probably be afraid to go out with the COVID. And I mean, that was when it was not that it hasn't been, you know, ongoing and cooking right along, but at that point, and it was, you know, made me feel pretty good. Made me feel pretty good. And it wasn't, not that I'm in great shape or wealthy, but I mean, I didn't need to use anything. So I just tried to tear things off, go around, give them to people, and they were very appreciative. They're appreciative. So it's kind of like, you know, everybody just help everybody a little bit,
Yeah.
and it goes
That's
a
a
long
nice
way.
story.
It really, really goes a long way. So,
Doesn't get any better.
and
Pay it forward.
like my buddy said, and he's a lot like me. He's kind of shy. He says, "Well, you didn't have anything to do but sit on your big fat ass anyway." So, so anyway, you know, things like that. I just want to say thank you to, you know, Unibank, ERA, and people
Yeah.
like that
That's awesome.
you know, willing to contribute, and everyone else that is. Everybody's trying to pitch in and do this and do that, and there's a lot of things like this behind the scenes that people aren't aware of, and these people should be thanked or acknowledged, and so in a small way, I've tried to do that, and hopefully encourage other people to help other people. So
All right.
Great.
That's it.
you go from there. So
Great job.
Listen, you guys have a good rest of the night.
You
And
too.
Thank you.
Okay.
too.
See you
Bye.
later, Abby.
You know, I always try to, you know, when I'm in the grocery store, I just always say thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Just
definitely.
thanks, you know.
Yeah.
I was-
everyone.
we all know when you go to Koopman who you're going to talk to.
Hmm.
You know, and I always, you know, say hi to the people because you
Yeah.
know them. They're all
Yeah.
they're neighbors. They've been
Yeah,
there for
definitely.
years, and you know, it's always say thanks for being here. You know, and it's not a lot. It doesn't take a lot, but it's really means a lot.
They are unbelievably busy this
Yeah,
week.
it's huge. It's huge.
Well, it's nice. People working out in the yard. There's a lot of you had a lot of projects, right?
Yeah.
You were doing projects.
Yes,
We're all
I
doing
am.
projects.
My
So-
wife doesn't stop watching HGTV. I'm going to kill
Oh,
her.
I know.
We can do that. No, we can.
I gotta have a new water heater put in tomorrow.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, great.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, they're very fun. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you can start planting your flowers this weekend.
Yeah, I know. Because tonight they're still in the truck
Right.
because it's too damn cold.
But according to Neckin, I like that weather their weather because the guy that Noyes, I forget his first name.
Matt.
Matt Noise,
Noise.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He says, I'm confident that this weekend it'll be good to plant. You'll be all set. We shouldn't have any more real cold weather. It's going to start changing. Hopefully. I mean, I felt like we're going back to winter.
I was driving home and I saw Dave Moradian outside putting a blanket over his flowers. I said,
Yeah.
what a
That-
good boy.
That has to be a scene. That big galoot putting a
I was
blanket over flowers.
unmistakable.
I would pay money. I
Unmistakable.
would take a picture of that.
He had like yardsticks or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw him trying to put a blanket over it was lilies and some tulips and
He grew up in the summers behind my house. Because right behind my house in the schoolyard,
Yeah.
they did the summer program. And his dad was the
Really?
head of the summer
his
program.
dad's a sweet man.
That's how
Yeah.
all the kids got
Yeah.
to know each other. and that's why he's such good friends with my son.
Yeah. He great family.
Oh yeah.
Very nice
Oh, yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Really nice people. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school with his dad.
Yeah. He used to come to the car shows at the Candy Mansion with his red.
Corvette.
Yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Come
always
up
had the
there.
red Corvette.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, I saw some serious cars the last couple of days in my neighborhood. I don't
gotta
know where
get
they're
mine
getting them
out
from.
of- Mine's still in storage.
Yeesh.
The Cobra's at my daughter's, but
I drove by with a
Carmagne's in-
58 Impala today.
Wow,
It
nice.
was
What
just
color?
stunning. It was red.
Ooh.
It was. I've never seen that one. I got a Volkswagen microbus that's around town. Guy rebuilt. There's a guy with a '64 Fairlane convertible. But this one I'd never seen them. What the?
Wow, that's nice.
It's. They're all coming out, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Go for a ride.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, it's been kind of cold.
Yeah, but I mean, it's if just you don't have to put the top down, but just go for a ride. I had to take my Yukon out because I hadn't driven it in 2 months. I had to take it for a ride. That's what AAA is saying. His biggest problem is they're jump starting cars constantly because people haven't used them in weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't been, people have been sitting home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or walking, like you said, they're walking
Yeah.
Oh,
by.
it's
A lot of
hyster-
walking,
it's
a
so
lot
funny.
of people
It's
walking.
so funny.
Yeah.
It is so funny. We have a person that, and I think, God bless him, I get it, that their daughter runs, and they follow her with a car.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's got to be difficult to do.
But I guess they don't, they're not comfortable with her running by herself. And
Yeah.
my daughter runs, and I'm like, you don't run by yourself. And she goes, no. I said, no, I actually got her.
Yeah, well, you get someone to run
tiger
with you.
claws.
Oh.
So I'm like, you're not running without some kind of protection. That's
Yeah,
because
you just
she's in
don't
New York.
know. I mean, look what happened in Princeton to them.
Ooh,
I mean,
poor girl.
really. And Princeton, I mean, that's the middle of nowhere. Who would think
Yeah.
something would happen?
Yeah,
But,
well,
yeah.
there was a guy who was traveling through.
Yeah.
just a nutty world.
Yep.
Nutty
Can't
world.
take any chances at all.
No. Uh-uh.
But some of these streets, I mean, like, my street is not that wide.
No, you don't want to run on your street.
They do,
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's a tough street.
and they walk.
I can tell you there's going to be a theft in your street very soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not my house.
No, it's no. It's going to be the green machine that just got delivered across the street.
Oh,
I'm stealing it. I already told him.
You can predict there's going to be a theft.
His nephew bought a beautiful
John Deere.
John Deere backhoe.
Oh,
and I
nice.
always wanted one of those.
Wow.
Backhoe front loader.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
He
It's doing
needs
a
it
good
to
job.
move the manure.
Manoir. It's
The
manoir.
manure. Yeah. Getting closer. The horses should be coming in soon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
You know, it's funny, when I moved here, years and years ago, and somebody said to me, what's the allure? I said, let me put it to you this way. No matter how I come into town, I go past the farm. Can't get any better than that.
yeah.
You just can't get any
I
better than that.
know. It's great.
Well, yeah, New Jersey has a lot of farms.
Okay, not where I live. They live 12 miles from central, Times Square.
Oh, I
12
know.
miles.
Your part of Jersey was as packed as.
Oh, God, it was
as
awful.
Manhattan
It was
Island.
awful. It was such a chemical dumping site. It was ridiculous.
I know. I used to hitchhike through there.
Oh, I went to New York City one night with my wife. Okay, we'd just gotten married, and we took Route 3A through Lincoln Tunnel, and right to the right looked like a pond, and it just ignited.
Oh, my gosh.
And she said, "How did that happen?" It's chemicals. We
Yeah.
just
Well,
reacted.
you remember the movie Civil Action?
Oh, sure.
Well,
I
that
mean-
was the pond behind Riverdale Mills.
Yeah, they actually set that up. They
Yeah.
actually set that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was right here.
Yeah.
They did the movie right down the block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
right behind Riverdale
What a great
Mills.
guy he is.
But,
Yeah.
He was so nice
Oh,
to
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was in Sturbridge too. My daughter met him in Sturbridge.
I
They
met,
did
I
some
met him here,
films
and he
there.
was
Yeah.
just this
Yeah.
kind. And the proof of a guy and what you are is there was a woman in a wheelchair who every time it was snowing out because Lenny Smith was the cop on duty. I'll
Yeah.
never forget it. And I walked down, and every time that this woman had a Welcome Back Kotter lunchbox, she had a Grease album, but every time he would go by, the people would stand in front. She couldn't. And he had this assistant. I'll never forget this. He had a big yellow Parker, and I was walking. Lenny said, "Why don't you get down and see what's going on?" The guy said, "Well, can I help you?" I said, "No." He said, well, you have to leave. And he goes, no, he's on the chairman of the Board of Selectmen. He's just, oh, well, go see them. Go say
Yeah.
hi to them. I'm like, I don't even know who's here. So,
Yeah.
but he came out, and this guy brought this woman down to the front lawn of the house. And he came out, well, first off, Kathleen Turner came out, she said hi. Robert Duvall, who's out of his mind, said hi. And then John Travolta came out, and he said to the guy in the yellow park, I'll never forget it, what do you need me to do? He said, the chairman of the Board of Selectmen's over there, and this lady's been waiting. And he started to walk over to me. I went, nope. That guy knelt on his knees
Yeah.
in the snow,
Yeah.
hugged her, kissed her, signed to tears. It was, and he was just, and then he came over to me and he just shook my hand. He said, thank you for letting me come here. I
Yeah.
said, what are you, nuts? Thank you
Yeah.
for being here. You know,
Yeah.
you've been nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, my
you'd
daughter
like to see
got
that
his
class
autograph.
act.
He wrote a,
I don't do that.
he wrote a nice autograph to her. She was a big John Travolta fan,
The
and
production
still
company-
hanging in her living room.
The production company tried to stiff Jim Knott.
Did they really?
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't stiff
You don't
Jim
stiff
Yeah,
Jim
Knott.
Knott.
no, the EPA didn't do well with him
No.
either.
No,
He beat the EPA too. I
Yep.
remember that one.
Yep, he
no,
did.
he told me what they did is they dissolved the company.
Oh yeah, wow.
That's what
That's textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he got around, he nailed
Oh
them, he
yeah.
finally got
I'm
paid.
sure he
They tried
did.
that with us.
Now, the old
Yeah.
Paul Klosek money, he never got paid,
No kidding.
yeah.
Oh,
They
gee.
tried that with us all the time. So no,
Huh.
I want to check before we pick up the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we do a lot of glass for a lot of
Yeah.
projects. The only one that I trust is Mystic Scenic, and you know they do a ton of stuff. And
Yeah.
we never have a problem with them. We
Well, that's
we work
good.
with them all the time.
Yeah.
Class
No.
people. It's amazing they had that thing on last night about Gary Marshall.
Oh, I know.
What
I
a
heard about
what a
that.
Yeah.
phenomenal guy.
Yeah.
What
Definitely.
it's so many. You hear about the jerks all the time. You don't hear about. And I was just talking to you about when I was brokenhearted.
Yeah.
I used to have coffee with Jerry Stiller on Tuesday nights. Because I went to New York Academy of Theatrical Arts, and he was in the coffee shop downstairs every Tuesday night.
I used to see them on Nantucket.
Oh,
Yeah.
and him and Ann Mira. And,
Yeah.
And it was so funny because he would talk to us, you know, because we were all
Yeah.
either aspiring actors or learning communication or whatever. And she would poke her head in and go, it's time. And he would literally get up and walk away. Mid-sentence, get up and walk right out. She ran the room. She was the boss. And it was really funny. He was a
Yeah.
nice man.
Yeah, we used to see them on Nantucket when Ben and his sister Amy were little. The four of them would be on the beach in Nantucket. So yeah,
Yeah, 57th Street,
yeah. Well,
Broadway.
lost a lot of good ones this year.
Oh
that's
yeah,
for
the other
sure.
one, the other one that broke my heart was the guy from Brian Dennehy.
Oh, Brian Denny,
I
right
met-
in Connecticut.
I
He
met
lived
him
right in
and
Connecticut.
he
yeah.
was just the nicest
Yeah, I met
man.
him at. He used to come to Jazz at Sunset. I used to run Jazz at Sunset for WICN, and he used to love to come to that. And,
Yeah, he lived right in Connecticut,
Yeah, he
right
did.
down the block from Urkel.
Yeah, yeah. Very, very nice.
I
man,
replaced his
yeah.
windshield for him.
And then we lost little Richard this week too.
Yes.
So,
Richard
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
He was in his late 80s.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
Jerry Stiller was 90 too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think 92 is like the expiration date. My dad was 92. I think that's our expiration date. It's 92 if you're gonna make it. Yeah.
Well, you have that woman in, what was it, not Spain, 113?
Oh my lord.
No
And
kidding.
she survived the corona.
Oh, COVID, the first COVID.
COVID.
I mean, the first pandemic. I'm sorry, the first.
Oh, no
pandemic.
She
kidding.
also
Yeah.
survived the COVID.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
See ya.
Okay, we'll see you next week. I'll see
Stay
you tomorrow
healthy,
night.
live long
like
and
just
prosper.
Tomorrow night I'm here with Joe Magdacati.
Who?
Man.